Welcome to the Young Australian Lawn Bowls Academy Junior Development Coaching Program called BOWLAWAY. This program will be launched in early 2021 after the COVID-19 restrictions have been fully lifted around Australia.
Lawn bowling, the ancient game of rolling weighted wooden bowls dominated by the elderly. But not anymore. The terms backhand, forehand, curves and breaks are no longer restricted to sports like tennis or surfing. This is now common lingo amongst young lawn bowlers who are aiming to represent their state and country at home and abroad. Such is the growth of the game at junior levels that the Australian Sports Commission has included lawn bowls in its junior sports program, endorsing the objective to increase junior participation in this great game.
It was about halfway through last year that Maryland's Bowling Club approached our high school, which is Maryland's High School, with a really innovative youth program for lawn bowls. It was really quite exciting. It was actually quite inclusive too, because they were, and then to work down with kids that showed particular, prowess in the sport. We actually found that many of our students were really quite skilled in the area and quite enthusiastic too, and I guess that's where the program started to really take off. Looking at huge numbers of students to get involved in the program.
And this is where you are needed. Corporate sponsors and clubs to help with the junior development program and sponsorship scheme at selected schools throughout the metropolitan country areas of Australia.
Accessible for those children that wish to participate in this new junior sport.
It's relaxing. It's not so much contact.
Oh, well, I think that the lawn bowls has brought a lot of the students that perhaps didn't participate in sport, that were very reluctant to participate in sport, and they were actually now very willing to go to sport. And it's given them a little bit of self-confidence, which they never had before.
You have a lot of fun and the friendships are really good. You make a lot of friends, and when you do something, if you do something good, you feel good about yourself.
Well, it's an equal thing. You don't have to be physically strong in order to do it. You don't have to be tall. You can be short, you can be fat, you can be sort of whatever physical being that you are, then you can take up lawn bowls. And it's a great thing too now that girls don't feel inhibited by that it's a boys thing or it's a boys sport, that they can take the boys on, and in a lot of times they can play just as good as the boys, which is excellent.
Yolba's BOWLAWAY program will coach and recruit over 1 and 2 week periods along the east coast of Australia, the same as in 2003 to 17.
Those conducted at Rawilla, St John's and Altona High Schools, plus St Paul's, St Joseph's and Patrician Brother Colleges, a total of 13,000 students. Julie Kiosis, the lady coach from the Young Australian Lawn Bowls Academy, is instructing the young ladies from the Rawilla High School in the technique of delivery and other interesting aspects about the game. One of these talents featured is Naomi Elliott from the Rawilla High School. She's a member of the New South Wales Under-18 Girls Squad, also Bowls Australia Under-18 Development Squad 2006. She recently won a bronze medal at the Australian Championship in the fours event, has only been playing the game 11 months and is a grand old age of 15. Levels of ability. This will be created all over the country, totally supervised by our staff. They will analyse players' deliveries, fixing all faults and teaching him all different aspects of the game, etc., skills, tactics and etiquette. If the Indian people, young and old, take to the game of lawn bowls and show as much determination, willingness to get ahead and competitiveness as they do with cricket, hockey, squash, shooting and weightlifting, the game of bowls will go
ahead in leaps and bounds. Featured are students at a talent finding camp in Ranchi prior to the 2010 Commonwealth Games.
So India could add new players to the Commonwealth Games squad. This is Ruby. She is 8 years of age. She comes from an extremely poor family and has been watching the Indian Commonwealth Games squad train for the last 2 weeks. We invited her to have a roll on the green, and we were extremely surprised in 1 day of practice on the green how much ability she had showed. Ruby did not speak any English at all, so we used one of our squad players,
Chatku, to teach her how to deliver the bowl correctly.
This is the first day at the talent finding camp. He has the most amazing delivery, and I think he will be a future talent for India. If juniors in Australia and throughout the world could develop a delivery similar to this, they would become a top-class player at under 18 level.
सेम जगह गया
This young lad is a Luke's 10-year-old brother and has amazing talent as well. Next door to the Lawn Bowls Stadium, and have been recruited into the talent finding program. And in one day, it is amazing, as you can see in some of this footage. This is Victoria Runda. She is 17 years of age and has been at the Lawn Bowls Green for 20 minutes. Her delivery astounds me.
Warriors Lawn Bowls Development Squad will be conducting a major recruiting campaign through local media and newspapers, similar to the programs for Indian girls and boys featured. We'll be targeting students from primary, secondary and private schools. Female participation will also occur to increase the numbers of girls playing. Most of the students will never have played or been exposed to the sport. The opportunity is there to represent your state or even Australia at the Youth Commonwealth Games. So let's get on the greens and off the computer screens and become a future champion. Players shown from several years ago are now very talented adult players. This could be you in a few years and you don't even know it. Featured are Hannah Kohesi from the Port Macquarie City Bowls Club. Came from a junior development program conducted at the local secondary college next to the club. She proceeded on to win the New South Wales under-25 singles and represent New South Wales at under-18 level. Ananya Wang was discovered at St John's Park High School during a development program for the St John's Park Bowls Club. She was the first ever Vietnamese student to win an Australian under-18 title and was runner-up in the New South Wales under-25 singles. Ben Major from the Werribee Bowls Club, who now lives and plays in Scotland, started playing bowls after a school development program at Altona Bowling Club. He is the youngest player in history to play Premier League in Victoria at the age of 14 for Altona Bowling Club. Many of these young players would never have started playing bowls but for junior development programs conducted by the Young Australian Lawn Bowls Academy. If your club is interested in a similar recruitment program, please contact Richard Gale on 0419 336 141 for further information.